Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Good day, people. We here. Episode 2 of perHusPodcast. And I'm here with a gentleman. I spoke to him earlier. He gave me his first name. I don't know if he would give me his first and last, but his name is, I believe his name is Tom. Is that correct, sir?
That's right, Tom.
Tom. All right, all right. Tom, how you feeling today, Tom?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's above average.
Above average. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All right, well, we'll start with this, Tom. How old are you? How old are you, Tom? 54 years old. Okay. And that's a beautiful sign that he made. Tom, you said you're 54 years old? Where you from?
Originally, born in Boston.
Boston.
You know, up and down the East Coast. From north, south, and north.
What parts of the East Coast would you say?
New Jersey, North Carolina, Florida. 11 years down in Florida, 15 in North Carolina.
Okay, well, all right. You know what? That's a lot right there. So we're gonna start at the beginning. Where was your childhood at?
In Boston.
Oh, your child was at what part of Boston?
Dorchester.
Oh, Dorchester. All right, all right. Well, are you? If you don't mind me asking, are you white? You black? Because you know, color. You never know. Now, you never. What's your nationality? That's.
I consider myself Native American.
Oh, see, that's good. You're Native American. Okay. You know what tribe you from, sir? Or
Yes, Micmac tribe.
Micmac tribe?
Yes.
Oh.
Canada border. Canada main border.
Oh, we're gonna have to get into that. Okay, we're gonna get into that. Okay. All right. So you was raised in Boston. How was it like growing up for you in Boston?
Any neighborhood in Boston is pretty Boston. Every day. That's where all my family was.
Okay. So you got brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a sister that passed.
If you don't mind, I don't know if they could really, because of the highway, if you could probably speak up a little bit more. We'll get to the sun. All right, go ahead.
I got a sister who just passed.
My condolences.
Well, no, she passed about 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. No, excuse me. 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
She passed about 15 years ago. I have two brothers from an original dad, and then a stepbrother.
Okay.
But we always called him my brother.
Okay. All right. That's your real brother. Right. Not by blood, but
right.
By marriage. Okay.
No. He had a different father.
Oh, okay. You're still brothers. Yo. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So.
We don't put that half.
Nah, we don't do none of that. Nah, we don't. I don't do that either.
That just gives you a line to cross.
And are you the oldest, the middle child?
I'm the second oldest.
The second oldest. Okay. So did you go to high school in Boston, or did you graduate?
We moved to New Jersey. Went to high school like that.
Oh, then you moved to New Jersey. Was your family in the military?
Nope. My mother decided that was a better place than Dorchester or Quincy to grow up.
Okay, to move from one ghetto to another ghetto, I guess, right?
In a sense, but we didn't move to Newark or anything like that. We moved. It was really nice. A small town on the river in the ocean.
What's the name of the town?
Highland.
Highland? Oh, all right.
Highlands.
And it's nice over there?
It is. It's got a river running through it, and it opens up into the ocean.
Okay. Yeah. And you went to high school there?
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
I would have graduated, but I got my GED.
Okay. All right.
I got my GED.
So what was the last year you did in high school? 11th? Is there a reason why, if you don't mind me asking, why did you end up leaving high school? Is there any particular reason?
Well, I might have been the second born, but I was also the black sheep.
Okay.
I had some issues with the law.
At 11, so you're like about 16 years old at that time, right?
Yeah,
So, and you was getting in trouble in New Jersey? What kind of trouble? Any serious or just horsing around?
Then, if I could, then when we moved, I didn't have my family.
Say it again?
When we moved, I didn't have my family ties the way I had at one point. So we went there, we didn't have any other family but each other.
Right.
And, so I started...
Hold up. We need that.
So I started acting out. We grew up on welfare. We grew up without things that all the other kids had, made fun of. So my Boston habits came out.
The Boston habits came out.
But I never got in trouble for violence. But I did do some things that were within the realm of the law when I was incarcerated.
Well, as a juvenile, you went into a juvenile home?
It was on my 18th birthday.
On your 18th birthday, and kind of got lucky though. On your 18th, you supposed to go to the big boys joint.
That's where I went.
So how much time you did? How much time did you do on that? Would you do like a extensive amount of time, or?
I did 4 years.
That on your first offense? If the trouble, you did 4 years off.
Trouble juvenile
And
too.
hey, Tom, it happens, Tom. It happens. So you didn't graduate high school, and well, you got it.
Yeah.
Now, was you in sports, or just, was you into? Did you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I ran cross country.
You ran cross country?
I ran cross country in high school, 3.2 mile race.
You did. You ran freshman year and sophomore year, and you was good.
Yeah, I was really good.
Okay.
I could probably went somewhere had I went through the cross court.
And what else did you like besides running? Like anything like besides, like math or
Swimming. I grew up right on the river, right on the ocean.
Oh yeah,
I became a Red Cross certified lifeguard, CPR, all that.
So so how did you grow up with your mom and dad, or did you just grow up with?
I grew up with my mom. My dad had been out of my life for at that point 15 years. I ended up meeting my dad again after 32 years.
So you knew your dad as a child?
But at 3 years old, you don't really remember.
Right. Okay.
I have like 3 or 4 memories of him.
And then when was the next time you seen your dad? I mean, I know 3 years probably can't remember. Obviously, like you said,
It was 32 years after.
Wow.
I was 35.
How did that happen? Like, how did you reunite?
My brother found him. My older brother had been searching for him. My mom had been remarried, then she got divorced, then she had surrogate dad stepped in.
Did you get along with any of them? Did you see any of them as a stepdad? You don't consider none of them?
No.
Okay.
Most of them were devious.
Got it.
Came in, promised to do everything, and once they got what they wanted from my mother, they left.
Okay. So did you have to become the man of the house at some point and do things?
No.
Or?
No, well, I mean, each one of us, my other 2 brothers, had the opportunity we grew up with my mom being beat and everything else. So we had the opportunity to beat them back.
Okay. So your mother seemed like she was like she did for self. She
was a party lady.
Oh, okay.
She loved everybody. She kept food on the table, but she liked to have a good time.
Okay,
nothing wrong with that.
Is your mom and dad still alive?
No, both passed.
Both is passed. How about any grandparents or like, no? Do you speak with any family members nowadays?
I do. And they're mainly in Florida. or in Mass.
Okay, so we're in Rhode Island now. You have no family in Rhode Island?
I have an ex-wife and a son.
That's right. Okay, I was going to get to that too.
Here.
I was going to ask if you had any children. So how many children do you have, Tom?
I have three children.
Okay.
It's going to be a surprise to my son. He knows about one other child. He doesn't know about the other.
Wow.
So it's easy.
You sure it ain't more than 3, Tom?
No. I don't really talk with them so much. They're out in Chicago somewhere.
So you have 2 boys and a girl, or?
Yes. The girl is the oldest.
Oh, your first was your girl. Okay.
She was given up for adoption.
Okay. Have you ever seen or spoken to your daughter since the adoption?
No, but I can. All I need to do is through Catholic Charities, it was an open adoption in Massachusetts, Salem, Beverly, find out the information I need where she's at. Let her know she's been a 15-year-old brother.
But you just been considering doing it, and you just haven't done it yet, or you still thinking about it?
I always consider it.
I got it.
I always consider it. But,
you don't know how you'll be received, probably.
my son will be really. My son will be really ecstatic. He thinks he's the only child. I thought that all the time that he was growing up with his mom. But she let him know that he had a brother.
That would be real nice. That would be real nice.
I could look that up. That was a closed adoption. DCF.
Oh, okay.
A five-year battle with North Carolina DCF.
So all 3 of your children, well, I was supposed 2 of your children from the same, you got 2 baby mothers?
No, those 2 were from the same mom. This one's from a different mom.
Oh, okay. But, and so both of the mothers are they still like in the, well?
I didn't even talk to the first mother.
The one that gave up the adoption. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the other mother?
Yeah, I see her on a regular basis. At one point, it was very, very rough.
Well,
I wanted to kill her.
Your son?
Her, no.
Oh, she's rough.
No, I wanted to kill her.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't do that, Tom.
Me too. I got a little bit of help for that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. While we were married, she went out and did the cheating.
While you was married?
While we were married. Then I found out, so I did the abusing, but not physically or domestic abuse, but verbal.
Verbal,
I didn't realize verbal abuse is still domestic violence. It took a while to get there.
Do you consider cheating a form of violence? Since you think verbal abuse, if they could call verbal abuse violence, can you that's hurting? So I guess we looking at it in terms of hurting people. Can cheating on someone, can that be considered a form of violence? That's hurting somebody. Or you never thought about it like that?
If they do it purposely to hurt you, if they do it purposely to hurt you, then yeah. I'm not saying they make a mistake by getting you back. You know what I mean? But if they're just like, we had a fight, I'm going out and get laid.
So to hurt you, to purposely hurt you. That's the point I was trying to get at.
But, who I was then doesn't dictate who I am today.
Hallelujah.
Today I'm covered by the blood. Today I'm full of grace and glory. I've got a smile on my face.
So let me ask you a question. The situation that you in now, people will, they have different names for. I guess the main name they would call it is homelessness. Can you tell us, like, what was you doing before you got homeless? Like, did you have like a 9 to 5 or work? Did you work in a company? Did you have your own business? Like, what did you do before the homelessness?
Well, I have two major skills. I'm a high-skill iron worker, and also I do HVAC, ductwork, sheet metal mechanic. You know what I mean? So I have skills. When I came here to Rhode Island, my ex-wife and I had got a divorce, and again, I wasn't able to make it to the courthouse for the divorce hearing. So they guaranteed the divorce, and they gave all custody to my ex-wife. So I thought that was illegal. They couldn't do that and everything else. But instead, I was in a ministry in Camden, New Jersey.
Camden, New Jersey. That's a pretty that's South Jersey. That's by near Atlantic City. That's almost like Newark.
Yeah. It may be even worse than Newark. It was a murder capital for a while.
Yeah, Camden. I know about Camden. Yeah.
So I was in a street ministry to the homeless there, to the folks that living in the bondage of addiction, living with abusive issues.
Doing good work.
So I petitioned the courts here. My ex-wife moved here because this is where all her family is. So I petitioned the courts here because they gave her all the custody. I did nothing to not get any custody. So I wanted to see my son. She wouldn't let me unless it went all through the courts. It was very, very vicious. So I went. I came in Rhode Island in the dark, hit the courthouse, filed the papers, and left the next day. She got served, didn't even know I was here. So saw the judge, little by slowly, they were trying to figure everything out.
Right.
So the judge ended up allowing me to talk to my son whenever I wanted to. If I bought him his own home, I did that. Then they gave me visitation rights. I don't know why they didn't do any of this.
Right.
But they followed the procedure.
Okay.
We had a mediator. And she had a lawyer. All I had, my advocate was God. Sitting with the ministry, 32 of us prayed together, petitioned God that He would reunite my relationship with my son. That's what we did.
Wow. Okay. Oh, all right. Hold on. We're gonna let this go by. It makes a lot of noise. Yeah, Tom. So Tom, so you came to Rhode Island. Basically, it sounds like you got here because of your ex-wife.
Right. For my son.
Okay.
Not her. For my son.
For your son. Okay.
Although I never stopped loving my ex.
Don't tell me still. Don't tell me you still love her till this very day. Oh, till this very. Oh, okay. All right.
Listen, we got to forgive. Forgiveness is the foundation.
Hallelujah. But all right, so
for 2 years, I came back and forth
from Camden.
Every other week.
Okay.
Every other weekend, to visit my son and do things with him.
Okay.
Let him see the dad that he didn't have. I grew up without a dad, and I refused to let him grow up without his.
Gotcha.
And that's why I did this. So I was a night supervisor for a cleaning company. I did over 3 schools in Camden, New Jersey. I watched over 11 different people. I had good things going on. When I got
Sounds
here,
like it.
When I got here, the pandemic hit, knee replacement.
Oh, so this is recent.
Amputated. It's recent. 3-4 years.
So you can't. So you only been in Rhode Island. When did you come? What year did you come to Rhode Island?
Maybe 3 years ago.
Wow. All right. So this is recent.
Yeah.
This is recent.
When all this stuff started happening, I was working for People Ready, work there, but then after the pandemic, they might have 2,000 jobs with 4,000 employees, and they pick their favorites.
So this is going to lead up to some questions that you can answer if you want or not, like any other question. But some questions that I think, sometimes people drive by and these kind of questions be in their head sometimes. So I'll just ask, some of the questions that people may say or think. One of the questions they may say is, you look like you're healthy enough and young enough to go work. Is that a true statement or not? Or people will just be looking from the outside, not knowing that you have a lot of physical ailments that would prohibit you from working?
Yeah, it's a true statement. Get a job. Get a job. And I just say, God bless you, thank you.
That's your answer.
That's your answer. Look, I did work this summer. One time I worked with a landscaping company. It's over with. Season for landscaping is over. I was still out here to try to make ends meet.
So, all right, so the question would still be, somebody might ask, all right, are you physically able to work? Physically?
Yes.
So there you go, people. So people want to know, but the man, I tell you one thing: the man has integrity because he didn't dodge that question, and he told you the truth. Okay. The second question they may ask, people may ask, is like, is this a how do you survive a life like this? I know that's a question that people say. Like I hear people say, I don't know how they do that, or So the question of that is like, is this a hard life? I know it may sound like a stupid question. Is it because life is hard in general for most people, but is this a hard life? And is it easy? Is it harder than what people think? But people already think it's a hard life. And is it harder than what people think?
I think a lot of people don't know how hard it is. I realize a lot of people have empathy because they can't sympathize with you because they don't know what it's like. I think they have empathy. And during the seasons, and as the seasons change, you have folks that are very generous, coming and searching out the homeless, searching out the people,
right,
and giving them
to help
healthy bags. Bags with toothbrushes and soap and cosmetics. And, just those things. Each and every one of them is showing love in a massive way. Just when I'm a little bit different, I think, with the folks out here than the other folks that are out there. People say, well, I got no money, I don't have anything. And I tell them, I need prayer first.
Hallelujah. That's what's up.
I say, I need prayer first. Don't get me wrong, I need the money. But God will take care of it. God said, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness. And all these things will be given unto you. So when I make that remark, they kind of take him back a little bit. But it also takes that strain off of them. Like they come by, they don't know what to say. And it's like elevator talk right there for a minute.
Right.
You're sitting in the car silent, looking straight ahead, not saying anything. And I'm looking straight ahead too.
Right.
It's an elevator moment.
Right. But, another question would be something like, do you have any issues with like law enforcement? Do they bother you? Like, is it a crime do they treat it homelessness as a crime? Like, do you have problems with law enforcement, or do they show any empathy?
They show a lot of empathy. Panhandling is not illegal here in Rhode Island. So you can panhandle all you want. As long as you're not aggressive. Aggressive panhandling is a charge. When you kick on the door. Come on, give me $1. Believe me, there's folks like that out there.
Right.
That's why they came up with that.
Another question, Tom, if you don't mind, because I'm going to kind of go through it.
Back to the police.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry.
The police have been very kind, very friendly, and never once have they ever been an issue to me.
Well, that's good.
I give them respect. They got a hard job to do. People may not like them, but listen, law and order needs.
That's a fact.
Chaos needs law and order. Organized crime needs law and order. That came from an episode of Gotham.
Oh, God.
It was such a profound statement
Right.
that you can apply that to anything. Organized crime needs law and order.
Get some jewels here. Get some jewels, Tom. Is there any if you understand, turf wars with like homelessness? Like, is there any like another person may be homeless? They see like, okay, this is a nice highway. We can know it's like good real estate, as you were saying. May like try to. Does that go on in like this world? And does that happen? Like another homeless person may say, listen, you've been here too long. Like, go somewhere else. Does anything like that happen?
Not like that. But, most of the people that are here have respect for each other. Every now and then you'll get somebody that wants to come in. I've gotten into physical fights out here once or twice.
Oh, you have gotten into some physical altercations? Oh, okay.
But that happens time to time. Does it happen all the time? It's very far and few between. And most of the time it's because the other person's inebriated or whatever, and they think they're making a big statement.
Still being a human being, I guess, right? So, all right, before we leave, Tom, I got a few more questions. Like, another question I would like to ask is in terms of like, you say communication and like living quarters, if you don't mind. Like, we're coming up towards the winter. I know people always ask, like, what do they do like when the winter comes? Like, some people believe that a lot of homeless people, you can't be a homeless if you live in an apartment. But a lot of people believe that people so-called homeless actually have apartments, and they're just panhandling and have extra money for their pockets. So that would also mean if that's not true, what would you do like up north, like in the wintertime, like if that's the case, if there's actually no dwelling, no actual physical place to where does the homeless go like on cold nights?
There's quite a few shelters here in Rhode Island. There's quite a few shelters. Maybe not as many to hold all of the homeless, but just up the road there, that big tall building, right over here. That's Pine Street.
Oh, okay. Okay. Crossroads. Okay.
Right,
all right. Okay.
They're the ones that help and support and shelter the homeless. They transition them into housing.
So in the winter, when it gets cold in Rhode Island, you don't really have to necessarily be on the street. There's room. Rhode Island providing.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But you have to follow the rules. You have to be there at a certain time. You know what I mean?
Is there any paperwork to fill out, or can you just walk in? Like, say if I'm homeless when I'm not and it got real cold, is there a door open for me that night somewhere, or?
There's a bed available. All you got to do is just tell them your name, your date of birth, and they'll put you in if there's a bed available.
Okay.
Emergency shelter's open right now.
Oh, okay.
Over at Crossroads. I stayed there last night.
Tom, another question. Like, these are questions I'm trying to go through, like what people go through, like what people think in their head when they see so-called homeless people and everything. Another question I think people would like to ask is like, would you like to get out of this situation?
Oh, absolutely. I'd rather work than be in this situation. I would rather be working, making $66 an hour than be in this situation here. The unions for the work that I do make good money like that. But again, I had my leg replacement, my knee replacement, and I don't know how trustworthy I trust my leg anymore on the high steel. But people come around, and if there's work to be had, I'll be the first one to jump on it.
Before we leave, Tom, I want to thank you for this interview. Now, I asked you earlier I told you what it was about. You agreed. And like men, we agreed. And I came back and we just did everything like, like men should do or humans should do. And I appreciate your time and your honesty. I hope that you said yourself you were in a better situation. So I hope and pray, since I know you're praying, man, I pray and hope that you get out of your situation. And that the Lord continue to protect you as well, because you're in a dangerous situation. So there's always something good to look at. And I think I'm kind of going with your vibe. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right.
God's got me. God's got me. This is just, the way I look at it is, this is a testimony somebody needs to hear. Whether it's through your podcast or whether it's just out at a church or a pulpit or wherever. I think this is just a small step backwards for a giant leap forward. You know what I mean? So you got it. If you believe in Christ, if you're a believer, you got to know what the valley is to know what the mountaintop is.
Hallelujah.
You have to know, right? All the heroes of the Bible, they all fell. You know what I mean? So we're only human and we will fall.
They only hit the Bible.
But those heroes also had it. Joseph was in jail for 20 years, or more. And, he came out to own like half the land. He had control of half the land.
If the Lord wants that to be, let it be.
Right.
Hallelujah.
That's what this is.
Hallelujah. On that note, perHusPodcast. We're in the end of November, 28th, I believe, 2022. We're here with my man, Tom. And I think we had a beautiful interview. He had a lot of things that if you listen to and play back, I think it'll be good for you to let it resonate. To let it resonate with your mind and soul. On that note, we out of here.